Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first Conversing with Poets, I think I called it. I can't even remember the name of my new live stream series. Hello, everyone. Hello, Bruno. Hello, Delgal. Hello, Nano. Good to see you guys again. It's been a while. I have been away, not on holiday, although I have been on holiday since my last stream. It's been crazy time, but I've been watching a lot of live streams of people just sort of discussing various topics in other niches, and I thought, you know what, I really want to get back into making YouTube content. So how can I sort of dip my toes back into it? So this is how I'm doing it. I'm just the idea of these streams is to just kind of sit here and talk with you guys and hang out and talk about different topics within poetry. I have a few topics set aside for what was supposed to be Saturday's live stream, but I had to push that back to the Sunday. So unless it comes up naturally, which it might, I'm gonna leave those discussion topics until Sunday. So for now, hello Tanya, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. So for this one, I'm kind of just winging it, which tends to be what I do anyway. And we'll see what happens and what comes up to discuss. With all of that being said, obviously I will try and keep the conversation flowing as much as I can. But this is going to be a two-way relationship, these live streams, where I kind of need you guys to be as much a part of the chat as you feel comfortable being, because obviously I can't talk to myself. So I've got my coffee, I'm here, I'm ready to talk to you guys. Tanya, Nano, it's been a long day. It's so good to see, and of course Bruno and Delgal as well. But especially Tanya and Nano, it's so good to see your names popping up in the chat again, just like old times in the write-alongs. I do plan to bring the write-alongs back. In fact, Bruno and I are meeting next week to film a really cool sort of intro thing, countdown for those write-alongs. So they are in the works. Tanya did message me. I think I mentioned it in one of my videos. If you know which video, I'm testing you guys now. If you know which video I said it in, pop it in the chat. But Tanya did message me and ask for the write-alongs to come back, so we are working on that. But it's so good to see you guys popping up in the chat again. I've got my coffee. I've upgraded my gear. I hope that you can hear me. I've got my Yeti microphone next to me. I've taken it from my desktop, which is where I normally do my poetry recordings. And I do my Poetry Cove Academy classes with this microphone. I've detached it from that and it's all plugged into my laptop. I got a new webcam, which is 10 times better than the one I was using before. It was recommended to me by Rachel Oates, who's another YouTuber. We did an interview with her for the Poetry Cove magazine. And that's on YouTube, by the way. If you just search the Poetry Cove and Rachel Oates, that interview will come up. It's a great interview by Shen, who's a poetry cover, and her webcam was so good in that I had to message her. I was like, hey Rachel, what webcam are you using? So we've upgraded all our software. Hopefully I sound good, hopefully I look good as best as I can anyway, and we're really moving on. So I really enjoyed the write-alongs. Yes, yeah, I love them. Just catching up on the chat real quick. Hi guys, miss you too, Tanya. So yeah, the write-alongs, they're coming back. They will come back. I'm not entirely sure when, but hopefully not too far in the future, sometime in January maybe. But yeah, I've kind of been quiet on YouTube. I apologize about that. I have spoken about it on YouTube. There is a video about everything. Life's just been crazy, and we've all been going through some crazy stuff. And thank you, Nano, as well, for messaging me on the Poetry Cove. We've been shooting some messages backwards and forwards, so big love to you as well. Right, oh, I just spilled coffee. There we go. Cheers. Oh, I enjoyed the ride-alongs. Yeah, I love them. Right, the ride-alongs were the best. As handsome as ever. Oh, I don't know about that. Looking and sounding great. Perfect. So, what's everyone been up to? When was the last? Does anyone know when the last ride-along was? Because it's got to be. Has it been a year? Maybe. Could even have been a year ago. So, if anyone wants to ask me any questions or anything to, any ideas for discussions, it can be poetry related. It can also be anything related. Maybe not politics and religion and stuff like that. Let's keep it all respectful and I just want to grow a nice community, and you guys are lovely anyway, so I don't need to worry about that. But yeah, any questions? Ask away. When I was looking for different discussion topics for Sunday's video, I came across there's a video series by the National Theatre of lots of actors performing poetry, and I come up with a good idea. But then I realised that's not a live stream discussion, that's actually a Poet Reacts video, so there's going to be a whole sort of video on that. But essentially, without giving too much away, I was watching this video and I realised, and it's probably the actor inside of me. If you're watching this now, Tanya, Nano, Bruno, it might be a bit of a repeat for when the whole video comes out itself, but I realised that I really loved the way they were performing poetry. And I think that's because of my acting background. For those of you who don't know, I studied acting, and that was the first dream. Spoken word isn't my thing. Like, I appreciate it as an art form, but for some reason it just doesn't click for me. Been working on my greenhouse. Yes. How's that all going, Tanya? Is it coming together? Much love back. Thank you. What are your thoughts on celebrity poetry? Longer, I think. I'm not sure what that's about. Longer, I think. What are your thoughts on celebrity poetry? I said this in the Megan Fox video, which is kind of racking up the views, which is good because it's just come out right and it's Megan Fox. I think as long as poetry and the art of poetry is taken seriously, and you can see that there's effort being put into it, then I'm happy. You know, all art is subjective, poetry included, of course. So it's hard to really kind of comment in that sense. What I like, other people might not like. Well, certainly they won't. Not everyone's going to like what I like, and vice versa. What people like and come to me and say, "Oh, this is amazing. You should read this," or other art forms, films. Oh, this is great. You should watch that. And it doesn't quite click for me. But I wrote an article in the Poetry Cove magazine. I don't think it was this issue. This is the only issue I have at the moment. For those who don't know, I publish a magazine every quarter. And we can talk more about that in a second. But I wrote an article about the criticism that poetry was getting recently. I'm going to move over to this side because I just realised the chat is there, wherever it is. Anyway, I wrote this article because I realised, myself included, with my Gabby Hanna videos, right? So I'm just as much to blame. There's a lot of harsh criticism coming around poetry, and I kind of started thinking, has that put people off writing poetry and getting into poetry because poetry had such a resurgence and in popularity? And I realized that all this harsh criticism might actually be putting people off dipping their toes into poetry. So when I did the Megan Fox review video, I had that in mind, very much in mind, that I had to be honest with you guys because you're my viewers and you're my audience, and I'm not going to tell you that something's really good if it's not. But at the same time, I didn't want to rip it to shreds. So if thought and consideration has gone into it, then I'm happy. I'm happy that it's out. I may not like the poetry, but I'm happy that it's out because there will be people that connect to it. That makes sense. However, with that being said, I still think that as much as I'm trying to be considerate about things, if poetry is if the poet, the celebrity has been lazy, then I'm not gonna sing its praises because I don't think that should be encouraged. If any of that made sense. Hi Jane, how to write more? Thanks Adam. Yes, I do need to write more. I do need to make more videos about how to write more. I do have attached alongside the Poetry Cove magazine, there is an academy if you want to do some lessons every Saturday. I do that, but I do need to make, I keep saying do and my brain every time catches me saying it. I do need to make more videos on how to write poetry. Almost finished, just a few things to do. Celebrity poetry sounds interesting. Yeah, I mean I've just said it all, but as I say, as long as clear effort has been put into it, then I'm happy that it's out there. But if it's lazy, then I will say so. But I genuinely like Megan Fox's book. Do you think if celebrities write their songs, if they just had the words as a poem, do you think they would be as popular, especially when they say they have drawn on their lives? Yeah, I mean, look, poetry and lyrics are very Hey, Anneli, so good to see you. Oh, it's so good to see so many people from the Write Along stopping in. Anneli, I hope you're okay. I hope you're well. It's been a long time. How are you? Lyrics and poetry are closely related, of course. Lana Del Rey's book was poetry, but she's also a lyricist, and they come very, they're very closely related. So, yeah, I can see that happening for sure. Good evening, good evening. Hi Nelly, hi Nelly. It's so good to see you, Nelly. I hope you're well. Hello from Wales. Hello, hello, hello. I think I know who you are from Wales. Dinosaur Stalker. Dinosaur Stalker videos. Now I'm very curious. I want to see what's on your channel. Hello, Holly. Have you seen what's behind me? Holly has been following me for a long time. Like one of my first followers, similar to Tanya. And for Halloween, we both love Halloween. Halloween is our Christmas, and she sent me an amazing Halloween package. And part of that was the candle and the Edgar Allan Poe canvas and the candle holder as well. So thank you so much. In fact, I'm going to light the candle right now. I'll show you the canvas a little bit later. Remind me to show you the canvas a little bit later. All art forms are subjective, absolutely. And that's really important to always remember. It's important not to kind of get angry or offended if someone likes something that we don't, and vice versa. It's okay, guys, it's okay. Subjective to a point. Oh, I say that to a point. Hang on, let me finish this before I put my foot in my mouth. Ultimately, if something isn't good, I don't think it's fair the art form to stand by it, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think you've basically just summarized what I spent 5 minutes trying to explain. If something comes across as lazy and the effort hasn't gone in, then I think it's okay to criticize. And thank you for being part of that discussion and giving me your thoughts. Again, if this is going to work both ways, this is really about kind of me trying to get back into YouTube, trying to get reconnected and reacquainted with all of you, and it's so good to see you guys popping back up. But if you keep it respectful, of course. Don't be afraid to say your thoughts. We're all supportive people here. That is not a statement or an assumption. We are all supportive. We will have differing views, and that's okay. That's great. We're all here just to hang out and talk poetry. I see you more than you think. I am just a little ghost sometimes. Ah, okay. Well, don't be shy. I miss you. I miss seeing your comments and stuff. So do pop up. I saw. Yes. You guys are going to have to make sure that the shed doesn't set on fire. I think we're going to be good, but let me know if that flame back there gets a bit out of control. I saw. Good to see you back, Judge. Oh, Judge Death. Hello, hello. Good to see you back. Good to be back, and good to reconnect. Oops, that I just spilled coffee for the second time. Oops, that sounded wrong. Sorry. No, not at all. I didn't. I loved your Halloween videos. Thank you. Like that candle. Just don't give yourself wax poisoning. Yeah. It is so good to see Adam back. Thank you so much, Tanya. It is good to be back and good to speak to you. At the moment, this video only has 2 likes, guys. So if you're happy to be back, if you're pumped just like me, please hit that like button on the video. It does really help. It takes 2 seconds. Kaylee, I did see Kaylee stop in. Hello, Kaylee. Good to see you. I've actually published Kaylee quite a few times. I think in 3 or 4 issues, actually. I did say we'd come back to this. So this is the Poetry Cove magazine. This is one of the things I've been working on. Kaylee, are you in this issue? Do you recognize this cover? Let's see if we can read any of Kaylee's poems. Because as I say, I know I've published Kaylee a couple of times. She's an amazing poet, so... I feel like I do maybe have one of your poems here, Kaylee, but I'm not gonna, I could be wrong, so I'm gonna keep the page open to the poem that I think is yours. I could be wrong, but let me know if you're in this issue, Kaylee, and if it's the poem I think it is, I'll read it out on the stream. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Yes, but for all my US... No, I'm in the autumn and winter one. Okay, so ignore me. There is a poem here, What I Wear in Bed, but for some reason it hasn't been credited. I don't know if maybe they kept that out of their submission form, or if that's a mistake on my end. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving to all my US viewers as well. When I scheduled this live stream, I had no idea it was Thanksgiving over in the US, so yeah. 8 likes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for liking that. Thank you. So glad you're back making videos. Yes, I still need to do better, but I'm hoping these discussion live streams, you know, there's no editing involved. I can kind of just sit down and chat with you guys and reconnect with you guys. So for now, I'm hoping this is going to be a good way of dipping my toes back into content creating. I love a Halloween video, Tanya. I was so happy that Adam did the video. Oh, thank you. Which? Oh, it says ads inserted. It just cropped up saying ads inserted. Does that mean you guys are... It's me. There you go. Are you guys watching an ad right now, or can you still see me? It just popped up saying ad inserted, so I don't know if that's live or if that's going to be in the playback after we finished here. I'm not seeing anyone in the chat, so I'm guessing you might be watching an ad right now. No ads. Okay, cool. That was weird. I got the ad. Oh, okay, so some people are watching ads. That's a new feature. That's another reason why I did this test run, right? Because there's so many new features since our ride-along. Apparently, random ads is one of them. Ads were live. Okay. I just realized my heater's on. Sorry, guys. Let me turn that off. That might be better. There was an ad. Interesting. Okay, that's a new feature. Sorry about that, guys. When I see that pop up, I'll just shut up for a second. Okay, I don't know how to turn that off, because that might be annoying during a live stream. So I apologize about that. I can't remember where I was now, what I was saying. But yeah, so I was flicking through this today, and I saw this. So this is Hamira. She was spotlighted in this issue. I think it was Volume 1, Issue 4. Yeah. And whilst I was looking for new poetry content on YouTube, I saw that she came up on Button Poetry. I think it was Button Poetry. but one of those videos where they record spoken word and stuff. And I actually have a funny story. I think her performance name is Hummus. Her full name is Humira, so I'm guessing Hummus. But it's spelled Humus. If you put in Hummus, Humus, on YouTube, it will come up. But there's a funny story. Believe it or not, Humira and I go a long way back. So for those who don't know, I used to do MMA or kickboxing, and I got my black belt at 12, just before I turned 13. And Humira, believe it or not, I used to teach Saturday schools when she was, I don't know how old she was. She'll have to say, but she was young. She was Diddy, and now she's a spoken word artist. So that's cool. I got the ad. How do? I honestly can't give you any sort of advice on these ads because I don't know anything about it. It just popped up saying ad inserted, so I don't know if you can skip it or not. But has anyone written any poems since our last write along? I haven't written a poem in about a year, so you guys will be very angry with me. It was as I missed conversation. That's really annoying. I'm gonna have to figure out how to turn off ads, because if I'm in the middle of talking and then an ad pops up and you guys miss the ad, that's going to be really frustrating for a lot of people. So I'm going to have to figure out how to turn those off. I wonder if I can do that whilst live. I don't want to press anything and then ruin the ad. But yeah, so tell me, guys, what's the latest? What's the tea? I was, as I said at the start of the this live stream, I've been watching. So you guys know I'm into paranormal, right? I tried to make some paranormal videos for Halloween, but also link it with poetry. Maybe it didn't quite work. I don't know, but I'm a huge fan of that stuff. So I've been watching a lot of videos, and for anyone that may be into it, into the paranormal, maybe you've heard of Sam and Colby. But anyway, Sam and Colby released some videos just during the week of Halloween, and so much controversy came out. I thought it was a soap. It was like a YouTube soap opera. There was so much controversy. But I found this guy. I'm going to give him a shout out because that's what creators do. His channel is called J Carts Arts. So I'll put it in the chat. So it's J Carts Arts. Anyway, he's been covering a lot of this controversy that's been going on, and that's kind of, I've been watching that, and that's kind of what inspired me to get back to doing live streams and just chatting with you. But there's not a lot of controversy or tea, you know, they say spill the tea. There's not a lot of controversy or tea in the poetry world that I'm aware of. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas on what to discuss or any questions, please throw it in the chat so we can keep this going. I write a lot, but mostly Swedish, so you can't understand. Okay, how's it all going, Anneli? I haven't seen you we've got a lot of catching up to do. How's it all going? I remember Anneli, actually, for those covers here in the chat, Nano and Kaylee, if you're still here. Oh, what a small world. Yeah, exactly. I'm guessing that's about Humira. It's very strange small world. Anneli wrote a poem on the first day the Cove launched, I believe. Didn't you, Anneli? Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I remember you writing an amazing poem pretty soon after we launched the Cove. Do you remember the crispy poetry? Yes, Delgar. The crispy poetry. The poem about, wasn't it? I'm sure it was a poem about talking to or trying to flirt with a beautiful woman, and Tayu described her as crispy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but then that became a running theme, and in every poem things were crispy. Does anyone remember that? That is my wish for you today. I write my post every day. That is my wish for you today. Yes, I do see that on Instagram. I love that. It always gives me gratitude for the day. OMG, there's so much paranormal politics. Yes, because you've got all these paranormal investigators and stuff, and let's be honest, a lot of it is a bit eye-rolling. But there's also now a subculture to that where these guys are basically ripping into all these paranormal investigators, and it's just, as I say, it became a bit of a soap opera lately, and I kind of got I kind of got caught up in it all and watching all the gossip. But as I say, there's no gossip in the poetry world because we're all angels. Paranormal politics. Margaret Thatcher's ghost is running for Prime Minister. I have no idea. No, we're not talking politics. I nearly said something, but we're not talking politics. There's a politician in the jungle right now. I'm a celebrity, but I don't watch that. Tayu, yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness, the crispy poem. Yes, exactly. Everything was crispy. I hope he's okay. I hope Tayu is okay. We'll have to find it and read it, Anelli. Yes, and it would be in your... Kaylee, if you go to share my poetry, I believe you're a member of the Cove, right, Kaylee? If you go to share my poetry, go down, and I think there's an option to go to the first page. It'll be somewhere on the first page. I don't like cold coffee. It gets bitter the colder it is. I had iced tea for the first time. When was it? When did I have iced tea, and why did I? What possessed me to have iced tea? Oh, I was at work. So where I work, we have like a coffee machine and some fridges that we can help ourselves to, which is cool. And the coffee machine was being cleaned at the time. And the receptionist, because I work in security for those who don't know, the receptionist was like, oh, grab an iced coffee, they're really nice. And I'd never had iced coffee before. So I was like, okay, sure, what the hell. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I don't like cold coffee. It's not for me. But if you like cold coffee, that's fine. Is there anyone here that does like cold coffee and can tell me what it is about cold coffee you like? That's such a hard question, isn't it? That's like someone asked me, oh, you drink, I don't know, you drink Pepsi or Coke, whatever. Why? Does it taste nice? Because I like it. Like poetry, it's subjective. But yeah, cold coffee isn't for me. I'm gonna have the last dregs of it, and then maybe we'll have a coffee break soon. Oh wow, we've been live for half an hour already. Why am I not seeing any conversation? I'm not sure, Delgal. It should be somewhere on your screen. It should say live chat. If you hit that, it should open up. Anelli, I think my page is still on the Cove. Search for Anelli Strand and you will find some half bad things. No, no, no. I told you this before, Anelli. There's no putting yourself down. We don't put ourselves down. I can't see Convo either. Okay, it's come back. Interesting. Interesting. I have a whole different setup to you guys. Like I have a live stream dashboard, right? I can see the chat on the right, but I have a completely different screen to you guys. So I wish I could be more help. If anyone in the chat or anyone that's watching is a bit more tech savvy than me that can help, that would be great. Try refreshing. Yeah, you can always do that. You can always leave the live stream and come back. Okay, it's come back. Cool. Yeah, Nelly, no more putting yourselves down. Yourselves, I say that plural. You're a great writer, Nelly. Thank you. There you go. Thank you, Nano. She doesn't listen to me. If you haven't already, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you just smash that like button on the video. That would be amazing. It just helps when we finish the live stream and it gets re-uploaded to YouTube and it's already got likes. It just helps send it out to other people. So that would be really, really great if you could do that. We had some awesome writings. We really did. And as I say, I'm going to bring that back. Me and Bruno are meeting up next week to shoot a cool little thing for the countdown before the live stream. And then once we've done that, thank you for that little heart. Whoever hit that little heart, I saw it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Me and Bruno are meeting up next week. and shooting something for the intro to the stream. And then once that's done, I saw another little reaction there. Thank you. Once that's done, I'll bring back the write-alongs because we did have fun. And we the first person to drop the word crispy is a king or queen, just a legend. I just have a hearing problem when it comes to my writing. Well, I don't know what to say to that. I was going to say a joke, but nothing came to mind. Take it on board, Anneli. Take it on board. Because you're a great writer. I don't know about in Swedish, but thank you very much for that love heart. I saw that come in. I don't know about in Swedish, but in English you're a great writer. And if that's your second language, then you're only going to be better in your mother tongue. So you're a great writer. We had some awesome writings, we really did. That's what I did, thank you. Thank you, Judge Death, for helping Delgal. That feels so weird to say. Thank you, Judge Death. Very ominous. Thank you, Judge Death. But yeah, thank you very much. Let me show you my present from Holly up close. It's The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe, on a lovely canvas with obviously a raven over the text. I usually have it in my room. Well, that's where I do have it. I have it in my room, but I thought I'd put it in the background for this video just to have something going on in the background. Lol, it's from Judge Dredd. Ah, okay. I've never played Judge Dredd. I mean, I know of it, of course. It's a game, right? It's a game. Is it a 90s game or an 80s game? Judge Dredd, or a bit of both. It is, yes. As I said, I don't know if you were here when I said it, but Holly and I really love Halloween, so I got this amazing package with other bits and pieces as well that I didn't bring out, but are in my room and stuff. This was part of it as well, and there's some amazing candles that came with it, handmade candles. Holly, if you want to put any links you have to your candles in the chat, go ahead. I don't mind. I know you're working really hard on some Christmas candles at the moment. I've still got my Halloween candles, but yeah, if you want to promote yourself, by all means, Holly. Oh wow, that gift is so cool. It really is, yeah. It's a gorgeous gift, absolutely. Yes, it's a 90s movie. Oh, okay. So it's not a game. I thought it was a game. 90s movie and a comic appearing in 2000s. Okay. Why did I think it was a game then? Ah, do you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Duke Nukem. Is it Duke Nukem? Again, I never played it, but I know of it. Also a movie featuring Carl Urban in 2012. Okay. I have heard of it. Is it Marvel? Is Judge Dredd Marvel? Or is it independent? Or am I completely on the wrong track? Maybe I'm on the wrong track. Yes, Duke Nukem. Yeah. I was born in 92, so I'm 31. Oh, it's called Martha's Magic. I'm on Insta and Facebook. Under my little heart thing is in the way. Under the same name. There you go. So everyone go and follow Martha's Magic. Go and check out the candles. There's some awesome stuff. You'll really love it. Nope, Judge Dredd is 2000 comics. The 90s movie had Sylvester Stallone. Okay, good old Sly. Okay. Are there any fun poetry related movies that people have seen? There's a lot, or I say a lot, there's a fair few, I guess, about Dylan Thomas, Poet in New York. I have the DVD, but I haven't, I don't think I've watched it yet. I was actually, fun story, I was actually talking to, so Dylan Thomas, this one's for you, Holly, in Wales, Dylan Thomas's birthplace. So the house Dylan Thomas was born in and grew up in is now a tourist attraction. It's called the Dylan Thomas Birthplace. It's on Instagram. I was actually talking to them about shooting a On the Hunt video there, and they were actually receptive. I never got back to them. The On the Hunt videos are so hard to film. One, because I'll be honest with you, I feel silly making them. Even though I'm a huge believer in the paranormal, I feel silly making them on my own. It's very hard to convince someone to shoot it with me as well. I've tried that, believe me. Locations are hard to secure because the first season I was shooting them all outside. And again, I was more worried that I was going to get mugged in 2 of the videos than anything else. The Christopher Marlowe video, which I'm still convinced, that spirit box at the end, you can see how much I'm sweating because I'm so nervous. But yeah, locations, having company whilst doing them, and just believing and being confident in myself, they're so hard to make. But I was emailing backwards and forwards with the Dylan Thomas Birthplace, which would have been amazing, but I chickened out. Well, I didn't chicken out, I just, didn't get back to them. It's my own fault. There are a little box where the $sign is that to donate to you, as it comes up with a list, but not sure what they are as it's new. Yes, Delgal, so your little yellow goatee, I'm not sure how long that means you've been a member. But yes, if you hit the $sign in a box, there's a way to leave us. I think YouTube calls it a super thanks, but it's basically a tip button. So if you want to support me, I would be hugely appreciative. I mean, you're already a member anyway, so thank you. But yeah, if you tap that again, I haven't got it on my screen. No, I haven't got it on. Oh yes, I do. Okay, so if we tap that, nothing happens for me. Oh, it completely crashes my laptop. Okay, super sticker, super chat. So I think super chat you can throw in $1 and it will come up in the chat that you've donated $1 and you can have a. I'm going to try not to press too much because my laptop. I'm not going to press too much because my laptop can't handle too much going on. But yeah, you can do super chat and I'm not sure what a super sticker is, but yes. I loved the Judge Dredd movie as a kid, RoboCop 2. I haven't seen either of those I haven't seen. I watched one with Adam Driver a while back, but I don't recall the name of it. I'm guessing that's a poetry film. Adam Driver poetry film. Adam Driver poetry film. I'm not sure. If Bruno might have stepped out, but Bruno's a huge film buff. Maybe he might know that one. You should do the Dylan Thomas. I can come with you. Yeah, I don't know how receptive they're going to be now that I kind of ghosted them, but I can definitely reach out again and see what they're thinking. Dylan Thomas poetry film. That's going to annoy me. Bruno, if you're still here, does that ring a bell? Me and Bruno had an amazing film day the other day. We went to watch all 3 Back to the Futures, one after the other. It was great. It's one of my favorite films, so. Poetry films. I've seen a few, but none are coming to mind. I have a whole wish list on Amazon of all these different DVDs that have all got to do with poetry. Thank you so much for that love heart. I did catch that. Whoever sent that, thank you. I appreciate it. We've got 11 likes on the video as well. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Again, if anyone has some fun ideas for discussion or debates within reason, again, no politics, religion, anything that will, cause too much heat. The movie with Adam Driver as a poet was called Patterson. I had to look it up. Okay. Patterson. I'm going to make a note of that on my phone. Patterson. Adam Driver. Patterson. Okay, no, I haven't seen that. Oh, there's On the Road. There's a film about On the Road, which of course is not a poem, but it's a novel by Jack Kerouac, who was a beat poet. There is... Oh, is it called Kill Your Darlings? maybe someone can Google that for me. Kill Your Darlings with, oh my goodness, Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe, and I think someone Fox. But that is about the Beats and the formation of the Beats. Allen Ginsberg. I visited Allen Ginsberg's grave in New Jersey when I went to visit Sophie. Has anyone? There's a discussion. Has anyone been to, like, a bit morbid, but has anyone been to any poets' graves to pay their respects? There's a poetry film on Netflix. I think it's dubbed. I think it might be Korean. I just one day went on Netflix and typed in poetry or poet and see what come up. And there was one or two that came up. Ads will run shortly for some viewers. I'm going to skip that for you guys. It's actually just come up that I can skip it. Ad skip. See, I'm looking out for you guys. I'm looking out for you guys. I didn't see that come up the first time, but it did just come up. Maybe because I went quiet. Maybe because I went quiet, YouTube thought, oh, this would be a good idea to share some ads. Could you please invite to a write-along soon so we can be creatively silly together? Yes, as I say, I think Bruno might have stepped out, but Bruno's coming over next week. We're going to shoot a cool little intro thing for the countdown, and then we'll start doing some write-along. I'll say we'll do it in January, and then if we do it sooner, it'll be a bonus. But yeah, keep your eyes out for write-alongs. I'm definitely going to bring them back. I'm going to try and do these just chill out sessions every Tuesday, Thursday, and maybe Saturday or Sunday. I'll be honest with you, I was looking at my analytics and most of my subscribers are on YouTube on a Sunday, so maybe I'll swap the Saturday for a Sunday. I'd like to go to Seamus Heaney's grave, but not even sure if you can. Do you know where his grave is? I think we could create a crispy Santa. Yes, okay, there's a challenge. Get the next live stream along for a crispy Santa. Seamus Heaney, is he be in Westminster? I think I've been to Shakespeare's tomb like 7 times. Obsessed. I tried to do it on the Hunt video on Shakespeare. Obviously the church was locked, so that we did it just next to. I'm a bit of a morbid curiosity, right? That's the thing. So I do like on the Hunt videos, and I also like to get out and explore and go to new places. So it's exciting for me to gives me an opportunity. Like Elizabeth Barrett Browning, for example, I can say now that I've been inside one of her houses. I just think it's cool. It's just a cool aspect of shooting them as well. Is everyone looking for Christmas? Do you love it? Oh, looking forward to Christmas. Do you love it or hate it? Personally, I'm a Grinch. I watched The Grinch today with Harry. Harry is my dog, for those of you who don't know. I was actually looking back on my live streams, and I believe the last write-along has Harry in it. He sits on my lap as a puppy, I believe. So that's how long it's been. Bit morbid, but I'd love to see some famous gravestones. I've been to, he's not a poet, but I've been to Tolkien's graveside, paid my respects in Oxford. You don't know, he wrote The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. His memorial is in St. Mary's. Okay. So maybe you could. Yes, I watched The Grinch today. Sorry, I skipped over that. I watched The Grinch today. I'm not a huge Christmas person. Again, Halloween is my Christmas. But I do like lights. There's something about the fairy lights that come out at Christmas that I love to see. I don't know about anyone else. His memorial is in Northern Ireland, I think. Could always plan a trip. You know, there's I was looking at the possibility of doing On the Hunt in Dublin for James Joyce. Derry. I live in Northern Ireland, but I haven't been to his grave. Oh, you should definitely do that. Oh my god, no way. Oh my god, no way. I don't know what that's to, Nano. But, oh my god. Sorry, I keep going in and out. Power is finally back on. No worries, Tanya. I'm just glad that you're here. I'm glad that you made it back. I may grab a coffee or a drink in a moment. Give us 5 minutes just to wet the whistle. Get it in a bit of a sore throat. Unless... You know, and you know, I don't know if you guys are happy to keep doing this. I know that the live streams I've been watching on go on for 2-3 hours. I'm not saying that's what we're gonna do, but if you guys are having fun and you know the conversation's flowing, I can go and get a coffee and we can keep going. Oh, sorry, that was for Tolkien. Yeah, I mean, you've just said you're in Northern Ireland, but if you ever find yourself over here, you can go to Oxford. I mean, actually, England is just full of Tolkien references. I've been to quite a few places. There's a place in the Cotswolds that I went with my ex-girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, because she was she was big into like tourist places and English National Trust places and stuff. And she knew I was a Tolkien fan, and she was a Tolkien fan as well, I think. Anyway, there's a place in the Cotswolds. There's a church. If you Google Moria inspiration, I think it should come up. But apparently, anyway, there's this church in the Cotswolds with 2 great big trees next to the entrance, and apparently that was inspiration for Moria. But Oxford as well, you know, the city is Oxford a city? I'm going to show myself up now. I want to say it's a city. It's got to be a city, surely. There's lots of Tolkien places. So you can go to the house he wrote The Hobbit in, and I believe The Fellowship of the Ring. Obviously his graveside. He taught at Oxford University, so there's that as well. There's a lot of literary history in Oxford. There's a well that inspired C.S. Lewis for Alice in Wonderland. There's a lot up there. I'm the only poet in my family or group of friends. I'd have nobody to go with. Ah, well, you know what? That's what the Cove's for. I mean, I don't know if you're a member of the Cove, but you know, I tried to do a meetup. That was, oh my goodness, that was such a disaster. So I tried to do an annual meetup, I believe this time last year, and anyway, people said they was gonna come. And then I went to London to do this meetup. I had planned all these poetry writing exercises, and nobody turned up. Nobody turned up. And I waited 45 minutes. Nobody turned up. And we were supposed to meet in front of Buckingham Palace. It's called St. James's Park. I was there. I bought myself a coffee. Nobody turned up. Oxford is a city. Thank you. And so I was waiting 45 minutes, and nobody turned up. So I left. I turned around, I left, got on the train, and I got an email through the Poetry Cove email from someone who was running late and had emailed me saying they had just turned up at the meet point. And I felt awful because I'd left, I was on the train home, and so yeah, it was a bit of a disaster, but there's a fun story for you. But yeah, so, you know, make connections with the Cove. We're all poets. We all love the same thing, and who knows? Maybe we can all arrange a morbid tour of poets' gravesides. They reference him at Exeter Uni. Ah, okay. Sorry, reference who? Tolkien or Heaney? Exeter. I love Cornwall. Cornwall is my second home, and I always drive A303 onto the A3, I think it is, or M3, that goes through Exeter. I'm a member of the Cove. I have a bad poem. Guys! I'm gonna have to start, I don't know, but stop saying bad. You're not bad. There's not a bad poem on there. Hopefully I'll get around to posting more soon. Yes, no more of this putting ourselves down, people. Tolkien, okay. Tolkien, tell me more about that. Sorry, they reference him at Exeter Uni. How do they reference him, Kaylee? The Morbid Crispy Gravestone. Oh. There you go. There you go. I'm going to make up a nice big banner. The Morbid Crispy Gravestone Tour. Cornwall, Jamaica Inn. Yes. I've been to the Jamaica Inn, actually. I've been to the Jamaica Inn. There's like a pirate museum there. Okay, I know I'm late to the party with this one, guys, but talking of Cornwall and watching things, I recently, maybe 3-4 months ago, I binged Poldark. Now, I've been going to Cornwall for years, and there's a Kaylee, maybe you can help me out with this. There's I know you're in Exeter, not Cornwall, but maybe you know, there's a port. There's a port where they filmed Poldark. So I knew of Poldark for the longest time and never watched it. And then I found it on Netflix some months ago and just binged the whole thing. It's actually a really good show. I'm down to the Crispy Gravestone. The Crispy Gravestone Tour. There we go, guys. We're there you go, Judge Death. We're starting a thing now. Now you've got the Crispy Gravestone Tour. Well, don't think winter time is good for meetup. Perhaps next year do in the summer and we can do a picnic with everyone. Yeah, definitely. I'm not put off by it. I think because it was winter and stuff. I'm going to do it in the summer. I might even start putting it together now. The annual Covers meetup for the summertime. So if you're a Cover, keep your eye out for that. How many poems is normal to put in a book, since I promised to make one before I turn 50? Okay, so personally, as someone who reads poetry books and reviews them and stuff, I don't think a poetry collection needs to be more than 100 pages or 100 poems. If you've got like 105 pages because you've got a foreword and stuff like that. But personally, I don't think a poetry collection needs to be more than 100 pages or 100 poems. Purely because you want your readers to be excited. You don't want to lose your readers. Yes, poetry collections don't have to be read from cover to cover and in a linear way, if you like, for want of a better... here we go again. I can't talk. For want of a better expression. Anything more than 100, personally, I kind of get turned off. I get bored. Anything less than 100, you start entering sort of chapbook territory or pamphlet territory. It really depends. So if you want to put, some people put pamphlets together where it's literally 7 to 10 poems, maybe a bit more. I'm a bit rusty on this because I've been so out of the game for so long. Then you've got a chapbook, which could be something like maybe 50 pages. And then you've got a collection. And look, there are collections out there that are 200 pages. One of my favorite poetry books I've spoken about on the channel is Poems That Make Grown Men Cry and Poems That Make Grown Women Cry. And they're like 250 pages and stuff. But they're different because they also have a block of text by, a celebrity. Stephen Fry's in there a lot. That kind of discusses why the poem is so powerful. But personally speaking, and let's open this up to everyone, we're all poets here, we all read poetry books. How does everyone feel about the length a poetry collection should be? I've said my piece. Certainly when I bring out collections, and my opinion might change on this as well. Like the whole Gabby Hanna situation, I kind of feel a little bit bad that everyone kind of went in on her and stuff. However, we've already gone over this. Yes, certain collections do need critiquing, but that's a really good question. Let's see what everyone else thinks. I have an unedited poetry collection called 3 Minutes of around 70 poems from 2021. I have always considered that a collection. Yeah. And listen, just because I say, oh, you know, a chapbook can be 70 pages, that's not gospel, by the way, guys. That's not gospel. I have a book. Okay, I have a book of poems that the poet who I used to do open mics with, he's a fantastic poet. I might even do a video on his book. Anyway, he labels this book a chapbook, but I think it's 125 pages. To me, that's a collection. He sells it as a chapbook. I don't think it's a chapbook. I think it's a full collection. Delgale says hi. Yes. Delgale says hi with... Oh, no, I've clicked. With the members emoji. The Gary Goyle emoji. If you guys... Oh dear. Oh dear. Are we back? Sorry guys, my laptop really can't handle me doing anything else other than sitting here and streaming. But yes, if you guys want to use a little Adam Gary emoji, we used to use them a lot. There's 2 specifically made for ride-alongs. You can become a channel member for, I'm not sure how much it is now, I'm so rusty. But yeah, or you can just hit that super chat as well. If you haven't subscribed, I think you've all subscribed here. Everyone here that's talking is a subscriber, I think. But most importantly, please hit that like button. We've got 12 likes on the stream, so that's awesome. Thank you so much. Let me get back to the chat. I have, we did that one. Quality over quantity isn't a bad shout. Absolutely. I think I'd be a bit intimidated if a collection was quite large, and I feel the risk of filler poems increases the bigger the collection. I could be wrong. Yeah, absolutely. And let's not beat ourselves up. I think if you look at some of the biggest musicians ever, you know, in the past and of our time right now, pretty sure they admit to putting some filler songs in their albums as well. So we can't blame people too much for that. Not sure amount, but I do think too many, some of the poems would just get lost. Yeah, exactly. If you have so many, I lost my train of thought immediately because I went to one of the topics of discussion I have for Sunday. If you have too many, then it's harder to have your work stand out. That's my opinion. That's why I think hundreds are good size. Hundreds are good size, in my opinion. How's everyone feeling, by the way? I might, if we're happy to continue, I might take 5 minutes just to go and brew a coffee and come back. Is that something people want? Are people having a good time? I do need to go and get a drink though, because I'm getting a sore throat. Are you guys happy to hang around for 5 minutes while I go and grab a coffee? The Beatles songs total to 11 hours. Wow. Then I think I have enough for a couple of collections. There you go. There you go. And it's important not to, and I'm not saying you're doing this, Anneli, but some people might. Sometimes I do. Go get a drink, go for it, Adam. Great, thank you. I'm just going to finish this sentence and then I'm going to go and brew a coffee. I'll be back in 5 minutes. What was I saying? I have enough for a couple of collections. Yeah. Sometimes as a defense mechanism, we don't always. Sometimes as a defense mechanism, we convince ourselves that things aren't ready when they are, and we can absolutely over-edit things. I've done it to my poems at times as well, where you're so determined to make something good and edit it, and then, you know, you've got 7 drafts of a poem and you read it and it's just doesn't have the same soul to it, the emotional soul to it. Tea time for me. Great. Okay, let's take 5, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me as well. Let's take 5 and we'll come back. Think of some topics for discussion as well, and we'll come back firing. So see you in 5. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I just made a coffee and had a quick loo break. I'd love to create my first collection, and honestly, 50 pages would be so ambitious for me. I'd want each poem to count rather than just fill up the pages. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, ads will run shortly for some viewers. We're going to skip that again. They should have put the ads while we were away on break. Can you see the Steam? Where was I? 50 pages. Yeah, and that's important as well. You know, every word counts in a poem, and every poem counts in a collection. Take it one day at a time. 50 poems over 50 days. Once that is done, just edit them. You can do it, absolutely. Although 50 poems in 50 days, that's some task. Does anyone here take part in NaPoWriMo? Which is, gosh, I've been out of the loop so long. National Poetry Writing Month. When is it? I want to say it's April. And it's 30 poems in 30 days, I believe. Someone correct me on that. It's been so long since I've been in the loop. Writing a collection sounds really overwhelming. This is what I meant before the break. Try not to, make sure you're not convincing yourself out of things. My life motto might not be the best considering everything, but I always say jump in at the deep end and just go for it. But we all believe in you, Kaylee, and hey, I've published plenty of your poems now, so I definitely urge you to do so. I think many of us over-edit our poetry, convincing ourselves we can do better. Yes, and I'm not saying folks do this on purpose. Sorry, I had an email. I'm not saying folks do this on purpose. Just be careful you're not subconsciously, it's as a defense mechanism, convincing yourself out of things. But in hindsight, I see that I pick them into pieces, taking away the soul in. To put them away. Yeah. We got to be careful we don't over-edit. And a good way to do that is always keep a copy of the draft. So you've got the first draft, always have that untouched. When you come to edit, just copy and paste it into a new page or a different document, whatever, and have it as draft 2. But always edit. You should leave minimum a week between working on that particular poem. But just make sure you always keep a copy of each step, so that if you get to, say, draft 7 and you don't like it and you think you've lost the soul of it, you can go back to draft 6 or even back to draft 4 and rediscover the soul, and it's still there, right? So you don't lose it forever. So that's a tip, and I say that from experience. I just got a notification from the Poetry Cove on my phone. For those, by the way, who are covers, we do have an app. It's not an independent app. It's through Wix Spaces, but you can get notifications on your phone. I will get back to that and read it later. Judge Death. I did see some people step out. Tanya, I know, has gone for Thanksgiving dinner. I need to go and get my dinner. So is Delgal. So I know some people have stepped out. Oh no, Judge Death is still here. Okay, I will read that and get back to you after the stream, Judge Death. Oh, that's hot. That is piping hot. The amount of times I do that and I burn my tongue or the top of the roof of my mouth. It's a wonder I still have taste buds left. Leaving a week between is a good idea. I have a bad habit of just staring and overthinking a poem. Yeah, I minimum leave a minimum of a week between. And if you come back after a week and still think that poem is fire, then it's usually a good sign that you're onto like a banger, if you like. It's a good sign. If you come back after a week and absolutely hate it, listen to me when I say this. That's okay. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. it's a good thing. That's how editing works. You kind of come back and you realize, oh, this didn't work. But that's I have to stress, that is a natural thing. That is the process of writing anything, screenplays, books, whatever. You will, and that's why we edit, because when we first write it, we're so in the moment, we understand everything. We see it so clearly in our head that we think we've conveyed everything we needed to convey. And then you come back and realize, oh, I didn't explain it or convey it as well as I thought, because we were so like in the moment. Like a conversation, right? How many times have you had an argument or had a conversation, and then 2 days later you're thinking over that argument or conversation or whatever and think, oh, I should have said that. Has that ever happened to you? It's the same with writing a poem. I'm here till the stream ends, mate. Thank you so much. Leaving we covered that. Thank you so much, Judge Steph. I really, and this is for everyone, and Tanya as well, if you watch this back. Holly, I really appreciate you guys showing me support. I was worried that I was going to kind of start this stream and no one was going to be here, because, you know, the channel, I haven't been posting as much on the channel. So it's so great that you guys are here and making me feel comfortable and slipping right back into the whole thing. So thank you. I think writers are their worst enemy, as you think it could be better when it's to others a great poem. Yeah. There's also that, you know, we are our worst enemy, and I think I was going to say something and then I stopped myself because I don't know if it's to be the case. You always got to look at both sides of everything, right? I was going to say, no, I'm not going to say it because I'm not even going to plant that seed. But what I will say is there are so many artists out there that can't praise their own work. And, you know, that's just being humble. Maybe that's just being a humble person. But it's quite popular that artists don't like their own work. Delgo, you are the biggest supporter. I know you and Tanya are super. They are. All of you guys are really super, and I'm glad that, you know, we can do these live streams and just get straight, but like I just said, get straight back into it. And I'm glad that we can all be supports for each other, and that's what I really want to. That's what I started the Cove for, right? I understand it's a bit quiet, and I don't know how to get that forum going again, but at least these live streams, I want us all to be a really tight knit community and support each other, and you know, have running inside jokes, which we have. Crispy, everyone remembers the good old Crispy love of our lives. Gotta love a crispy woman. I wonder how many things almost didn't exist because the writer's opinion changed. Yeah. And I wonder how many things you say almost didn't exist. You say almost didn't exist. I wonder how many things don't exist because the artists, not just writers, the artists' opinion changed. Maybe 3 years ago I did a YouTube search for poetry vlogs. Your video, A Day in the Life of a Poet, was the first that came up. I have never looked back. Thank you so much, Judge Death. Wow, that was a long time ago, yeah. That was like my 4th video. I mean, the channel, if you go on my About, I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't know if it's public information, but if you go on About, it says my channel has existed for a long, long time, but I just used this account just to watch videos for the longest time. And then I decided to actually make content for YouTube. And Day in the Life, I think, was one of my 4th videos. So you've been here from the beginning. From the beginning. I remember you cracking up laughing at the Crispy poem. Yeah. Hey, Tanya, welcome back. I was just saying that you'd gone off for Thanksgiving dinner. But welcome back. So great to see you. I've already burnt my tongue, by the way, Tanya. So this should be fine. Okay, everyone, tell me your coffee preference, if you drink coffee, or maybe you're a tea person. I'm a bit of a letdown to my countrymen because I don't drink tea. I drink coffee, and I drink black coffee, no sugar, no milk. Unless I go out. If I go to a coffee shop, then I'll have a latte. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that is. I guess I can't be bothered to make lattes at home. Those streams really got me through the day of my horrible job at the time. Ah, Kaylee. Well, that's lovely to hear. I mean, it's not lovely to hear that you're having a horrible job. I have one of those too. But that's so nice to hear that this was sort of these live streams got you through. And I'm sorry I stopped them. I didn't do it on purpose. It just kind of happened with all the stuff that was going on through life. Black coffee all day. I do enjoy brewing loose leaf tea in my pot. Okay. Okay. Is that English breakfast tea or green tea? Herbal tea? Yep, just burnt my lip. I also don't learn from my mistakes. Wait, that sounds terrible. I do learn from my mistakes. I just don't learn from burning my tongue. Can't beat a Yorkshire tea. Yeah, me and my friend in college, actually, he used to love Yorkshire Gold, and I won't lie, he brewed the best Yorkshire Gold tea. It was actually really tasty. Yeah, I was always too shy to take part, but I lurked in the background. Ah, well, do you know what? As not upsetting, but as I don't like the idea of you being too shy, but what I'm trying to say is I'm glad that you're not shy now. I'm glad that you're submitting poems to the magazine. I'm glad that you're taking part in this live stream. So thank you so much. And that's a huge character arc, right? It's character development. I don't know. I'm being awkward. Ignore me. Many different teas. Teas? Many different teas. Do you know what? I used to have green tea in the evening to relax me, and then I even went into, was it jasmine tea? Jasmine tea? Jasmine tea's nice in the evening. But now I just don't. Now, actually, I don't normally have coffee this late in the day. For anyone who's not here in the UK, it's just a little bit past 10 to 7. I usually stop drinking coffee about 5-ish. The Yorkshire tea biscuit flavour. The Yorkshire tea biscuit flavour? I've not come across that. Tea biscuit flavour. And the toast flavour biscuit. Am I reading this right? Is that jam and toast flavour? I've never come across these before. You're kind of blowing my mind at the moment. No more lurking. You are one of us. Absolutely. Thank you, Judge Death. No more lurking in the shadows. One of us. What's that from? One of us. Green tea is my second favourite. I'm basic, though, with honey and lemon. Sometimes ginger. Honey and lemon. I think I have that. I'm pretty sure I have that when I've got a cold, right? Isn't that what people have when they have a cold? Honey and lemon tea? Ginger's good for you. You know, pret-a-manger? Pret-a-manger? Pret-a-manger. No, Pret have shots of ginger. I was on a shot of ginger once when I was having like a sore throat, when I was doing acting classes and stuff, when I was studying acting. I would always get those ginger shots from Pret. So sorry, my typing is awful. No, jam and toast flavour. No, it's not awful, don't be silly. I'm still like confused that there's a jam and toast flavour biscuit. I've never come across those before. I'm gonna have to start looking out for those. Jam and toast biscuit, okay. Love green tea, yeah. I go, well, I don't go through phases. I haven't had green tea for a long time. I'm pretty convinced that if I open my cupboard, there'd be some green tea though. I think that's why I stopped drinking green tea, and I may be showing myself up so much now, guys. And I give you permission to laugh at me, it's fine. For the longest time, I had no idea green tea had caffeine in it. So I'd have green tea in the evenings to relax, and then someone told me green tea has caffeine as well. So I think that's why I stopped drinking, because the only time I ever drank green tea was in the evenings to relax. And then someone told me it's got caffeine in it, so I stopped. Because I have trouble sleeping anyway, so I definitely don't want caffeine in my system. This is not doing me good, but it's okay. We'll be a rebel tonight. Whenever I'm ill, all I drink is honey and lemon. Yeah, it's tasty actually. It's tasty. I don't buy honey and lemon. Like I buy the honey and then I squeeze the lemon in it. Yeah. Isn't it only a minuscule amount of caffeine though? Possibly. I honestly haven't looked it up. I took someone's word for it and was like, okay, I don't drink green tea in the evenings anymore. Maybe you guys can help me. Is it only a small amount of caffeine? If it's only a small amount of caffeine, maybe I can go back to drinking it. Good morning from Vegas. Good morning from Vegas. Hello, Baby Mango. Thank you so much for joining. How are you? Good evening from London. Or actually not so much London. Sorry, just outside of London. How are you doing, Baby Mango? Actually, if we've got someone from Vegas in the chat, can you tell me about this new sphere thing? I haven't looked into it. I know it's been in the news. You guys, I've been to Vegas twice. I do know Vegas quite well. What's this new sphere thing? I know a lot of people said it was a waste of money, but I haven't really looked into it. Oh, I do the opposite. I buy the lemon green tea and add the honey separate. Right, okay. That's probably more cost effective, to be honest with you. I don't accept that you're loved and you have changed some people's lives. I don't think I have to do that. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Delgal. I am back, was eating. Welcome back constantly, Bruno. We needed you. Where was you when we needed you? We had to Google something. I'm great, enjoying some coffee. Snap, me too. I've already burnt my tongue, my top lip, and the roof of my mouth, so we're doing good. We're doing good. Thank you for that love heart. I caught that. Just caught that in the corner of my eye. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I saw that as well. Excuse me, I'm having a burping fit. Oh my goodness, we're spamming the love heart now. Thank you. I appreciate it. Excuse me. If you haven't already, I think most of you probably have, but please do hit that like button. If you're watching this, actually, that's what I'm going to say. If you're watching this as a playback rather than live, please still leave a comment down below. Although the live chat is going to be over for you, I still want to hear what you have to say as part of the discussion in a comment down below. That would be great. And smash that like button. Thank you for that love heart. I do see them at the corner of my eye. It's a new hotel that projects a ton of videos, such as ads. Oh, we can't escape ads. And for special occasions, I have a ton of planetary stuff. This is what I heard. It is still under. Oh, it's still under construction. It's partially open for concerts because I know that there was U2 in there. But someone was saying, I can't remember if it was a comment somewhere, because there's obviously a lot of like TikToks and videos going around. There's something about the environment, and it made me laugh because it was something about, there was a show about being environmentally friendly, and then obviously how much electricity it uses. I don't know. I don't know, but that's okay. Cool. So it's still under construction. How is your evening? Very good. I'm drinking coffee and chatting with some amazing people around the world. So it couldn't be better. I'll have to go in a few minutes, but it's been lovely hanging out with you all. Yes, thank you, Nano. Thank you so much, and thank you for your messages and reaching out that heart. I got a tattoo on Tuesday, 2 tattoos on my chest, and I just smashed it. Smash! Thank you for reaching out on the Cove, Nano. I really appreciate it, and we'll talk some more, of course. Have a good evening, and thank you for coming. Take care. Delgo, your constant cheering and support has made a huge impact on some of us. You mean more to us than you think. Oh, I'm feeling the love right now. I'm feeling the love. Thank you, guys. I love that you guys are sharing love between yourselves as well. That's really great. I'll probably end the stream in about half an hour. What's the tattoo? I got 2 cupids / cherubs on either side. I'm on a bit of a tattoo binge at the moment. I got a couple up my arm as well. I need to stop. This was the last one for a few months because yeah, money. Yes, we must. Bye, guys. Take care, Nano. Thank you so much. I am Girth. Girth. Girth? I am Girth. Girth. Yeah, I'm probably going to end the stream in about half an hour, guys. 29 minutes to be exact. Just so I can have some dinner and put my feet up and maybe watch film or something. I have to be up at 6 for work. I'm a security guard. I open some offices in the morning. In ungodly hours in the morning. Any new poetry videos, books planned for 2024? Poetry videos for sure. I want to do, so I said at the top of this stream, I came across some videos on YouTube by the National Theatre of Great Britain. They've got a video series of really famous actors performing poetry, so I want to do like a Poet Reacts type video. I've kind of been quiet lately because I've just had a lot going on, mental health and stuff. But that's why I'm here doing these streams, so I want to get back into content creating. So yeah, I have to get back on it. Books, in terms of me writing books, I'm going to be honest with you guys, you're going to tell me off. I haven't written a poem in over a year. The last poem I wrote was the last poetry video I filmed, Dying Slowly in Each Other's Arms, and I wrote that about a year ago. I haven't written anything since. My head has been beating me up, basically. But hopefully, you know, doing these live streams and reconnecting with all of you guys will inspire me to let my creative side out again. I have a werewolf tattoo on my left arm. Nice. Nice. I want to get a wolf too. This is dangerous. We're entering tattoo territory. This is dangerous because I'm going to end up getting another one tomorrow or something. Werewolf tattoo sounds dope. Yeah. Is it like complete werewolf, or is it like mid-transition, or yeah, I'm kind of, so I got these 2 on Tuesday. I don't know, it's really hard to, because it's mirrored. I don't know if you can see that. I got a arrow there. I got this is fairly recent, like the hair hasn't even grown back on this one yet, and I went and got another one. That's the anvil and hammer. And then I don't know if you can see, because it's all delayed, so that what I can see on mine is a bit delayed, but I got a black rose and a pink lily. And then I really don't know if you're going to be able to see this one. A skull in a whiskey glass. Yeah. So I've kind of been on a tattoo hype. And my arms just come up on my screen, and it doesn't look like I got it in shot. So I have a butterfly one for Paramore. Paramore? In my gross emo days, yeah. Yes. Yeah, I remember those times. Paramore, Muse, and a line from the musical Rent on my chest. Rent. Yes, I love that musical. That's such a good musical. Which line did you get? Santa Fe is my favorite song in that. La Vie Boheme as well is a good one. I wanted mid transition, but I just went with full. Okay, now I call it a werewolf. Okay. No, that's awesome. Failed to insert ads. Good, that's fine. We don't want to disrupt the live stream. The skull in whiskey glass is so cool. Yeah, I have to admit, it come up on. I'll be honest with you guys. I was honest in my last video anyway. I just googled like sobriety tattoos and that came up and I really liked it. So I was like, I want this. The black rose and the pink lily, which didn't look like it came on screen. That is for my mum. And then the arrow. This is maybe one for you guys. The arrow is supposed to represent the sort of notion that in order to shoot forward, you have to be pulled back. In order to go forward, you have to be pulled back. And the anvil and hammer is to represent like work ethic and working hard and doing what you got to do. It's my fave. I got no day but today from another day. If you don't know Rent, that's quite a tongue twister, but yeah, I got you. Santa Fe and La Vie Boheme are so good. Yes, yes, yes. I love the movie. I love the movie. I remember. I think that was. Do you know what? I think that was the first musical I went to see in secondary school because I was part of the drama club. We used to have trips to West End, and I'm sure we went to see Rent. I'm sure that was my first musical, excluding pantomimes as kids and stuff. Does anyone have just to try and swing things back to poetry? And I only because we're a poetry channel, right? So I'm just thinking of people that aren't here for the live and might be watching it in playback. Does anyone have like a favorite form of poetry form? I think you guys can probably guess mine. Get yourself a pen and notepad and write a haiku tonight before bed. Do your homework, teach. Okay, Judge Death, I will. I'll write a haiku and I'll post it on the Cove and I'll read it on the next live stream. You saw it live. That's amazing. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was, I know in my head, because obviously I'm in London, right? I've been to the West End a few times. I know what theatre it is. I just don't know the name of it. Damn. But yeah, I know, I can remember exactly which theatre it was. I can't remember the cast, unfortunately. I remember the set. The set was like just white stage with loads of scaffolding, but it left its mark. And then I really liked the film as well. I tell you what I have seen live. So when I go to the theatre, I never see things more than once. I don't know, it's always just been a rule of mine. But as I said earlier in the live stream, Back to the Future is one of my favourite films of all time. And me and Bruno saw all three films at the London IMAX on Sunday. All three films back to back. It was like a triple bill. Anyway, the musical. I've seen the musical 4 times. If you haven't seen the musical, and if you ever find yourself in London with an evening to spare, do not hesitate to book tickets to go and see Back to the Future, the musical. You'll thank me. And for those in the US, I know it's Thanksgiving right now, but for those in the US, it has just transferred to Broadway, I think, a few months ago, or it's going to transfer to Broadway. I don't know if it's on show yet. I don't know if it's live yet. I enjoy a couple of 3 quatrains and a syllabic verse. Very nice. Very nice. I'm trying all forms of poetry. Yes, and I think that's important too. Right now I'm writing a haiku book. Nice. I have self-published on Amazon. Great. What's the name of your book? By the way, guys, I have no problem if you want to promote yourselves. Haikus are fun. What is your favorite form of poetry? Mine is a sonnet because I'm just such a sap for Elizabethan era Shakespeare. But genuinely, like, as much as I love Shakespeare, and I think that came from studying acting since year 7, since secondary school, high school for Americans. Shakespeare is, and being English as well, Shakespeare has always been a part of my DNA, right? So that's probably got something to do with it. There's also something I find absolutely fascinating about Elizabethan era. I actually really want to bring back, you might have seen in a couple of my videos, I want to bring back ruffs, and I want to bring back one-shouldered capes, cloaks. We should all wear that. Okay, no, alright, just me, but I think that'd be pretty cool. Yes. Haiku and simplex. Oh my goodness. Simplex. I mostly do freewares. Thank you so much, Nelly. So when I first, for those who don't know, and I've actually discontinued publishing my first 3 collections. Actually, no, I'm gonna lie to you. I think I put simplex in the early hours. Anyway, when I was young and you know, just going for it and being really creative. I say young, I was, when did I publish The Random Rambling? 2017, I think, so I wasn't that young. 2016. And Ellie, maybe you can help. Do you know when I published The Random Ramblings? Anyway, I was trying to be all creative, and I wanted to come up with my own poetry form. And there's, yeah, I would probably beat myself up now, but I was trying to think to myself, okay, so what would represent the 21st century in poetry form? And I came up with the simplex meter. And if you want to know more about it, I think I may have put it in the early hours, which is my latest poetry collection, which came out like 2 years ago. Wasn't it 2017? I want to say it was 2017. That rings a bell. And actually, one of my followers, Ermi, bought me a mug, a commemorative mug, with my goatee logo, because I normally always have a goatee, right? It's not as prominent at the moment. I'm pretty sure if I visualize it in my head, it says 2017. Simplex meters, yeah. If you want to know more about that, I'm pretty sure I explain it all in the early hours. Thanks. I have written, I think, 13 books in total. Wow. From The Butterfly Princess, I published Maple and A Sparrow's Heartbeat. Oh, I love that. A Sparrow's Heartbeat. That's nice. In the past few months. The Butterfly Princess. Let me make a note of that. Oh, Patterson. Okay. New tab. Butterfly Princess. Oh, Butterfly. The early hours got 5 stars on my Goodreads. Oh, thank you so much, Baby Mango. Goodreads. See, look, I've been so out of the loop for so long because I've been trying to deal with life, as we all have, I'm sure. But Goodreads, I haven't even looked at Goodreads in so long. I forgot that was even a website. That's fantastic. Thank you, Baby Mango. I came across Simplex when I bought your books for myself as a birthday gift in 2020. Yeah, I actually discontinued the white cover trilogy because I wasn't happy with it. And this is going back to what we spoke about earlier in the stream, you know, artists hating their work, right? I discontinued the white cover trilogy because I didn't like it. And the whole point of the early hours was trying to get rid of all the stuff that I didn't like without completely destroying myself. So there was a few, you know, I nitpicked from different collections. Actually, my very first collection was Poetry in Motion, and I think I was 21 10 years ago. I'm 31 now. So yeah, that's definitely discontinued. If you manage to get a copy of Poetry in Motion, then you're one of very few. Likewise, if you have a copy of one of the white cover trilogies, no one will ever be able to, like, I've discontinued that. So you Yeah, that's cool that you've got those. I know you've got those actually. You know, I kind of like publish these books and then completely forget about them. So when Baby Mango says, "Oh, I've read The Early Hours and reviewed it on Goodreads," that kind of really shocks me and feels a bit alien because I forget that I've even got that out there because I've been so cut off from everything mentally that I forget that there's even my own poetry out there. Ah, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for buying my books and reading and just supporting me. That means a lot. Like you guys are really sharing the love tonight, and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Thank you. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm assuming this whole time that, we're obviously having this conversation, but I am sitting quite far away from the mic. It's a very good mic, so I'm hoping it can still pick me up. I'm hoping it's still... There we go, £2. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Delgo. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And I know you're a member as well. What happens if I click this? Can I like this? There's a big love heart next to it. Okay. I didn't touch too much. My laptop is dying a very slow death. I have this terrible... I don't clear... My phone is the same, my laptop is the same, my desktop is the same. I have a terrible habit of constantly downloading things and creating different graphics for the code and whatever, and never deleting it off my devices. So, yeah, I'm a bit of a cruel master, if you like, to my devices, because they are slowly dying. Yeah, I can hear you. Hopefully you get back to writing because you have great poems. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I, even just for my own private use or collection as well, I hope I get back to writing soon. I really miss the days, like genuinely, guys, I really miss the days. I'll get back to that in a second, Bruno. I genuinely miss the days where I could go for walks. I used to go for multiple walks every day, and now I very rarely go for walks. But I miss the days where I could go for walks and find beauty in everything. I think I talked about it in like maybe even my daily life as a writer for Judge Death, where I could just walk and find beauty in everything and find a poem in everything. And I talk about that in my tips videos about having to do that, and that's what it is to be a poet. And I miss having that mindset. I hope I get it back soon. As for Bruno, you should see his desktop. So Bruno, for those who don't know, by the way, Bruno is a very, very good friend of mine. And he came over one day, and for some reason, we were going through my files, and it was pretty shocking for him. Pretty shocking indeed. You need one of those Seagate 1 terabyte external hard drives, mate. Keep your stuff backed up. I actually have 3 hard drives. I have 3 hard drives, and I'm still terrible. Why do I have 3 hard drives? Okay, so I've got a hard drive for my poetry and my writing. I have a hard drive because I made a short film called Nerdians Back to the Past, which is no longer on YouTube. It got deleted. But it did win. It's won 2 awards, by the way, guys. It won Best Supporting Actor at Cleveland Comic-Con Film Festival, and it also won Best Comedy at Tokyo International Short Film Festival. But that hard drive's got all of that footage and stuff, so I can re-upload it. And then I just bought another 1 terabyte hard drive because I'm going to buy some courses, and I'll screen record all of my courses onto 1 hard drive. I got a copy of all your books, and I go back to them when I need to ground myself. Oh, Nelly, I love hearing that. Thank you so much, and I'm glad that those books can help you like that. I'm probably going to end the stream in about 10 minutes, guys, so if you have any burning questions or anything that you want to talk about, now's the time. Otherwise, hold on to them, and hopefully I can see you Sunday. Sunday, I've got a list of discussion topics to go through. I just didn't want to use them all up for this one because this was very impromptu. I did this one just to test the equipment and just to make up for the fact that I had to postpone Saturday over to Sunday. But this stream has had 33 viewers and it's got 13 likes, which is great. So thank you so much. If you're watching this video and you haven't liked it just yet, please do. It does mean a lot. I really appreciate it. I know there's 7 people watching right now, so yeah. Average view duration, half an hour. Yeah, this has been such a great live stream to just dip my toes back into YouTube again and getting back in contact with you guys. And it's so great to see you guys still here and still supporting. So thank you. You guys are the best. I hope the planes aren't too annoying. I live under a flight path. When I'm doing my regular videos, gosh, they're so annoying because, yeah, the on-camera microphone that I have doesn't like cut out those sounds. I don't know, this microphone might actually cut out the planes, might not. But yeah, they're a real pain when especially when I'm reading poems. When I'm in the middle of doing a review video and I've got to read a poem, or I'm just doing a poetry reading video, to then have a plane go over it, man, the amount of outtakes there are of me swearing at planes. I mean, I don't swear, I'm a good boy, I don't swear. I enjoyed the stream. Nice to have you back. It's nice to be back. Thank you so much, Judge Death. And I'll take a read of that message on the Cove and get back to you. Haven't heard a plane. Fantastic, brilliant. Maybe this microphone. It's a Blue Yeti, so it's a decent microphone. It's what I use to record. So if you watch my poetry videos where I'm like reading my poem, and also there's by the way, if you didn't know, there is actually a poetry album of the early hours, which is on Spotify. I don't know where else. I only use Spotify. I think it's on all the major iTunes or Apple Music. I don't know. I'm so old. I don't know what's going around these days. But anyway, it's the microphone I use for all that. So it's a good quality microphone. We need a blooper reel. Yeah, actually. So if you become a channel member, if you can, that's part of the membership is bloopers. There's a blooper video for each video. I haven't been, because my headspace has been so bad, there aren't actually blooper videos for the last 3 videos, I think there is. Also on the Hunt videos, there are behind the scenes members videos for each On the Hunt as well. If you can, it would be great if you could become a channel member, a Gary Goyle. That's a name we came up with in the ride-alongs, if you can remember, if you were there, Gary Goyles. But hey, look, right now I just really appreciate you being here with me, chatting with me, leaving the video a like, so don't worry if you can't become a member, that's fine. Maybe, I'll tell you what I'll do, maybe I'll put one of the bloopers on Sunday's live stream if you like. See you all on Sunday. Thank you, Delgar. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I'll see you on Sunday. Gary Go. Yeah, I can't remember. And Nelly, can you remember how we came up with that? I threw it to you guys. Like I said, okay guys, I'm doing the channel members thing. I need a name for these different tiers. Like what are we gonna call ourselves? And someone said Gary Goyle. There was a few suggestions, but Gary Goyle is what stuck. Thank you for that love heart. I caught that in the corner of my eye. Whoever did that, thank you. Oh, okay. I need to crack my back, but at the same time not stretch my chest. Take care. Yeah, see you later. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I don't remember. No, I don't remember how it came about, but I do remember throwing it to you guys on a live stream, on a write along, and somebody suggested Gary Goyle, and it stuck. I have to go to lunch now. Have a good night, and I'll do my best to be at the stream on Sunday. I have church in the morning, so if I'm back on time, I'll be there. No problem. Thank you for stopping by, Baby Mango, and thank you for all your support. So, and hopefully I see you on Sunday. I'm gonna shut the stream down in about 5 minutes. So, past 2 years of my life have been to hell and back, so my memory is bad. I'm sorry to hear that, Anelli. I hope you're okay now. I hope you're on the mend. This has been so great. Sorry to go from one extreme to another. But this has been so great. I really love that we're reconnecting and you guys are still around to support me. So I appreciate it. And yeah, as I say, I'm gonna try and do them Tuesday, Thursdays, and maybe Saturdays or Sundays. My analytics say there's more people on YouTube on Sundays, so maybe I'll do it Sundays instead of Saturdays. But yeah. And then hopefully we can, start a discussion and, come Sunday, even though I've got the topics, we've had this live stream, so we can talk about this live stream and it will be a continuation. And hopefully we'll get to know each other really well. So I hope you're getting back to normal. Absolutely. I hope you're feeling better. Absolutely. If you guys have any suggestions for these live streams as well, like, I'm all ears. At the moment, this is completely fresh to me. I'm not used to doing this. So if you guys have any cool ideas that you'd like to see in these live streams, don't be shy. Like, I'm open to all. Well, I'm not open to everything. Don't go crossing any lines now, guys. But yeah, particularly poetry related, because obviously everyone here is here because of poetry, right? So I don't know, maybe I'll have some poetry around. I'll have some poems around. Maybe I can close these live streams by reading poetry, not necessarily my poetry. We'll see. It's only the first live stream, right? So we'll only get better. Yeah, I always land on my feet. Absolutely. There's a great saying that I told my friend. It's not my saying, but I can't think who said it, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's something like, if you fall down, make sure you land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. Maybe a stream at Christmas with Christmas poems. I know some may not enjoy that, but it's an idea. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm open to all these ideas. No, we're going to skip ads again. I don't think that's a good idea, because that's going to disrupt people's viewing experience. A live review sounds good. That's cool. A poetry live review. Yeah, okay. Okay. I know that Drake, the singer, the musician, has a book of poetry out. I haven't been able to find a place to get my hands on it. It's not on Amazon. It's called something like Titles Ruin Everything. But he isn't credited as Drake. He's credited as his real name, which I don't know off the top of my head. But I think it's, if you Google Drake Titles Ruin Everything, something like that, it will come up. But it's interesting. Very cold all of a sudden. It will come up. All right, guys. I think I'm going to. It's 29 now. I need to go and get some food, and I need to be up in the morning. So I'm going to close this down. But thank you so much for being here. It's really been great. Honestly, it's been very wholesome, and it's filled my heart with joy. Adam, one of the rappers who has inspired my poetry is Eminem. his rhyme schemes and wordplay are pretty good. No. He can make so many words rhyme just by his pronunciation. And no, Eminem is huge. Eminem, for me personally, is probably the Shakespeare of our day. Don't hang me for saying that. I don't hope that doesn't come across as cheesy. It's not meant to, but as you say, his rhyme schemes and his wordplay are like Shakespearean level, I think. So yeah, you could say Ed Sheeran. Someone could argue that Ed Sheeran is the Shakespeare of our day, but Eminem is on point. No, I get that. Eminem was a huge inspiration for me when I was you know, just starting out in poetry. So yeah, he's just brought out an album, and he's got a country song, which is interesting. But yes, take care, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. One last time, if you're watching and you haven't liked, please do hit that like button. If you're watching it as a playback, please leave a comment and leave a like as well. Thank you so much, and I'll hopefully see you all on Sunday and see some others as well. So yeah. Take care, guys.